Hello, my lovely. Welcome to your class today. My name is Em, and I'm going to guide you through this beautiful, simple stretch from head to toe. So if you've been sitting or driving for a long period of time, or if you're feeling a little bit tired, meh, bleh, or all of the above, this is going to be a really nice, easy little stretch, just to give your body a little something, even on those days where you just don't feel like it. So we're going to start standing. Please grab a block if you have a block. If you don't have a block, that's okay. Something similar is fine. So grab that now, and we'll place it in front of us at the top of the mat or on the floor, wherever you're practicing. You don't need a yoga mat. The carpet is fine, the deck, whatever space you can find for yourself today. So we'll start with our feet about hip width distance. Grounding ourselves here just for a moment, looking down at the feet, lifting the toes off the floor, spreading them as wide as you can. Might look a bit strange. Spread those toes apart and then place them back down on the mat, one at a time if you can. Good. Grounding down into the big toes, the pinky toes, and the center of the heels, so you've got those nice 3 points of stability underneath you. And then let's drop the left ear to the left shoulder. I'm standing nice and neutrally through my spine. I'm not arching my back and I'm not flopping forwards. Drawing the tailbone slightly down to the floor and the ribs slightly in. Left ear down to the left shoulder, and then as you do that, you're punching away with the right hand, the right fist. Squeezing that right hand as tight as you can and pressing down towards the floor with the whole right arm, shoulder, drawing away from the neck, away from the ear. Squeezing that right fist as tight as you can, begin to circle. Rotating slow circles with the wrist. And the other way. Circling in both directions. And noticing how that feels. Release the fist, wiggle the fingers, and then keeping that neck stretch to the left, raise that right arm out next to you. Reach out through the fingertips and then draw the fingers back towards you. Press out through the palm or the heel of the hand. Feel that nerve stretch. Good, so fingertips pointing up towards the sky and then fingertips down. Fingertips up, fingertips down, up, down. Last time, up and down. Release the right arm, release the head back to the center and drop it over to the right. Right ear towards your right shoulder. I'm not dropping my head forwards and I'm not arching it back, and I'm also not rotating my neck at this point. Punching down towards the earth with the left arm. Squeeze that fist as tight as you can and then begin to rotate the left wrist. And while we're moving through these poses today, these stretches, just keeping a nice, soft, gentle breath. We don't need to do anything fancy. Rotate the wrist the other way. And we're moving with a real sense of just simplicity, ease, kindness, compassion for the body. Go release the fist. Spirit fingers, wiggle those fingers, and then raise the left arm directly next to you. Fingertips to the sky, push out through the heel of the hand, fingertips down. It's going to feel a bit weird. Flossing through that nerve, moving up and down, up and down. Last one. Fantastic. Release that arm, head back to the center. Moving into some half circles with the head now. So let's drop the left ear back to the left shoulder. And this time I want you to circle the chin all the way down to the chest, drawing a semicircle across the chest over to the other shoulder. So you're landing with your right ear to your right shoulder, and then chin dips to the chest. Semicircle across, open back up again. So we're getting into those neck extensors, the back of the neck. Side to side. And again, slowly. Notice if the mind wants to rush this. Because I'm telling you, the body definitely doesn't. Good, last one. Bring yourself back to the center. Fab. Now you're going to interlace your fingers, your hands, and then press the palms away from your body. Let the shoulders protract, so let the shoulders round forward. Feel a little bit of a stretch across the upper back, opening up through the back of the heart in between the shoulder blades there. Press those palms away. And then let's take a breath in as we reach the palms up to the sky, raise the arms. Press out through the fingers and the palms towards the sky. Keep the shoulders down. Try not to hunch up around the neck, around the shoulders. And then release those interlaced fingers behind the back of your head. So cradling the base of the skull. As you breathe in now, I want you to open up the elbows nice and wide. Open the chest, lift the heart, look up. As you breathe out, we're going to tip the chin to the chest. Gently pressing on the back of the head as you draw the elbows together. Inhale, open up. Find space. Exhale. Coming down. And just working through like that, opening and expanding. Exhale to close. Two more. Nice. Coming back up and gently releasing. Take your feet a little bit wider now. Not too far apart, just give your hips a little bit of space. And we'll come into a side stretch. So you're going to let your right hand slide down the outside of the right thigh and gently bend over to the right. And then sliding the left hand down the left thigh over to the right hand side. Keeping it nice and gentle to begin with. One hand slides up, the other hand slides down. And again, I'm keeping nice and strong through my core. I'm not folding forwards. I'm not arching back. I'm just focusing on this lateral bend, the side bend. And you can close the eyes as well at any point during this practice. And if you'd like a little more here with this side stretch, you're welcome to raise the opposite arm up and over. One hand slides down, the other one comes up and over. Pressing out through that opposite hip. Keep those ribs in. Tailbone drawing down. And last one, coming back to the center. Bring the feet back into hip width distance again. Soft bend in those knees. We're going to roll the shoulders back, squeeze the scapula together, the shoulder blades, and interlace your fingers together, your hands together. Take another roll back with the shoulders and really squeeze the back body. Squeeze the palms together, squeeze the forearms together, and then press your knuckles down towards the earth. Don't worry if it doesn't look how my body looks, everyone's different. So just do the best that you can here. Getting a nice opening through the chest, lift through the heart. Let's take a deep breath in here. As you breathe out, bend your knees, send your hips back, and let your belly melt down towards your thighs. Chin comes to your chest, and the crown of your head is dangling towards the floor, or even resting on your support, just depending on what feels good for you. Once you've arrived in the fold, press the knuckles up and overhead towards the earth. Relax the jaw. Tip the body weight forwards into the toes. Beautiful. Release the clasp of the fingers and let those hands float down to the block in front of you. So you're now holding onto your block. Knees can stay a little bit bent. Don't worry about trying to touch the toes or straighten out the legs. Bring your right hand to the block and then bend your right knee. Keep your left leg as straight as possible. We're going to rotate the left side arm, left side chest up and open towards the sky. Looking up to the top hand if you can, extending that arm up. Otherwise, just looking straight ahead, keeping the neck neutral. Pull back through the left hip. Left buttock presses to the wall behind you. And release, left hand comes down, change sides, bending into that left leg this time. Rotating the right side arm, chest, rib cage towards the sky as you pull back through the right hip. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And release that right hand down. Take the block now and stretch it out in front of you as far as you can. Find the right level that suits so that you can relax the head and neck between the biceps, between the upper arms. And you might want to play around with bending one knee and straightening the other here. Just pedaling out through the backs of the knees and the hamstrings. Or you might want to stay still with the legs straight or still with the knees bent. Good, and then release those arms completely. Take opposite arm, opposite elbow, and we're folding down into a ragdoll. So you can take your feet a little wider here if that feels good. Make a bit more space to relax forward and down. And you're letting your chin drop to the chest, crown of the head towards the earth, as if you had a big weight tied around your upper body, drawing you down towards the earth. Really let the belly release towards the thighs, bend the knees as much as you need to. No tension here. Maybe a little sway side to side. Good, release your arms. Bring the feet back into hip width distance if they weren't already and start to push the floor away. Press through the earth with your feet. As you breathe in, you're going to uncurl, stack your body all the way up to standing. Roll the shoulders back and arrive. Let's take those feet out even wider now. So you're going for a really nice wide stance, as wide as you can go without feeling like you're about to rip a hole in your pants or split your groin in half. Both legs are straight and your block is in front of you again. Or your item, could be anything. Awesome. Let's raise the arms up to the sky, press the hips forward slightly, nice and long, tall through the spine. Then start to hinge from the hips, sending your butt back as you fold down. Keep the spine long and come down to rest on your block, hands to the block. If you're a little more flexible, you might have forehead to the block, or you might have hands to the floor, forearms to the floor. Whatever position is going to best support this stretch, keeping the legs straight and keeping your spine straight. So I'm not rounding and collapsing. I'm not trying to get down further and straining my spine. I'm staying nice and long, tilting my sitting bones towards the sky, keeping my thighs engaged. And come into some nice soft breaths here. Shoulders relaxed, head and neck relaxed. Beautiful. Bring your hands to the block if they're not there already, and we're going to start to side lunge and bring some stretching to the insides of the thighs and the groin. Bending your right knee, straightening out the left leg, sinking down into that right side hip, right side buttock. Left heel is pressing into the floor, toes up towards the sky. Now slowly change sides, bend the left knee, straighten out the right leg. Pausing here for a moment. And then you're just going to slowly move side to side. Now, you might not be as low as that, and that's perfectly okay. Don't worry about what it looks like. Focus on what it feels like for you. So if you're up here in a little bit of a higher lunge and you're feeling that stretch, that's perfect. Side to side, nice and slowly. And then next time you come to the right, I want you to pivot your whole body over to that right side. Lower your left knee down to the earth. Find your balance and bring yourself into a low lunge. Hands to your hips. Nice short lunge. Press the pelvis forward. Tailbone moves down towards the floor. Squeezing the legs in towards each other. So you're scissoring the legs together. Now we can drop a little bit deeper into that lunge. Back toes can either be tucked or released. Just play around with what feels best for you. And raise the fingertips to either side of the head. Relax the shoulders, elbows out wide. Going to rotate the upper body to the right and then to the left. So it's just a little movement. Twisting from that thoracic spine area. So that whole torso from kind of the belly button up moves as one piece. So you're not just twisting the arms. Beautiful, back to the center. Release the hands down to the floor. And then you're going to walk yourself back through the center around to the other side. So now your left foot is pointing forwards, the right knee is down, and we're in our nice lunge position on the other side. Take a moment to find your alignment here. What feels like a nice low lunge for you today? Sinking down a little bit lower, keeping the legs squeezing in towards one another. And then raising the fingertips to the head. And rotate to the left. Rotate to the right. Hello. Left and right. Keep the lower body still. Just see how much range you can get through that upper body. Keep the shoulders down. Nice. And release. Hands come down, framing that front foot. And this time we're going to take a big step back with the left leg. Come into downward facing dog. Feet a little bit wider than hip width. Make some space. Hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. Relax the head and neck. Press the floor away. Nice long neck. Shoulders are soft. And tilting your sitting bones to the sky. Let's just move the hips side to side, bending one knee, straightening the other. Pedaling out through the backs of the legs. Feeling that length down your spine. Beautiful. Very slowly lower your knees to the earth. Take them nice and wide. Bring your big toes to touch together. And send your buttocks all the way back down towards your heels. Doesn't matter if they don't touch. Release your body into a child's pose. Stretching the arms out nice and long. Let your belly melt to the floor, chest melt to the floor, and the forehead melt to the floor. Soften the back of your neck. Release your jaw. Release your shoulders. Release your hips. Release your ankles. And walk your hands slowly back up towards you. Bring yourself onto your bottom. Legs out in front of you. Take the hands behind you on the mat. Make sure you're rolling the shoulders back and lifting the chest so you're not collapsing. Stay nice and long through the spine, open through the chest and the heart. Both legs are slightly bent. You're going to cross the right ankle over the top of the left thigh, okay? So to start off, you might feel a bit of a stretch down the right side outer hip, the right side buttock. If you can't quite feel that, we're going to bring that left foot in and bring the legs closer towards us. Good. We're going to roll out through the right ankle now. So pointing the toes, drawing big circles, taking your ankle through its full range. And again, not too fast. Might get some little clicks, that's good. And let's roll the other way. Good. Releasing, taking that right foot away. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So this time you're crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. Finding a place where you get the stretch down the left side buttock, left side outer hip. So you might want to walk your butt forward a little bit. Draw the legs closer in towards you. The closer your legs are towards you, the deeper the stretch. Now, finding your position, and then once you're there, ooh, did you hear that? That was a good one. We're rolling out through the left foot, the left ankle. And the other way, both directions. Awesome job, you guys. Release. We'll finish off with my favorite, a little window shield wipe. So feet are nice and wide, you're up on the heels, and just letting that whole lower body twist and rotate side to side. Knees are kind of flip-flopping, feet moving with the legs. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. That is us. So let's just give the hands and the wrists a little flick. Let it go floppy. Rinsing all that off. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you feel a little bit more stretched out, a little bit more relaxed and free, and I look forward to seeing you when I see you. Thanks, guys.